G'day viewers, Retro Man here, and welcome to episode 14 of Lost Songs from the 1980s. Today I'll be discussing two energised oddities for you. The first one is a track by one of the hottest women on the 1980s music scene. Wow, was this girl simply gorgeous. She was beautiful inside and out. The second song is by a pop duo from America, and these guys were inspired to write a fantastic song based on something that happened at a Whitney Houston concert. So there's two very interesting songs here today, and if you're an 80s fan, you won't want to miss it. Landslide from 1982 is an upbeat dance rock song by Olivia Newton-John. Yes, back in 82, Olivia had a monster album out there called Physical. This broke a lot of records, this album. And Physical was Olivia's 11th studio album, and Landslide was the third and final single released from Physical. Now, Olivia Newton-John is just an absolute knockout. She just has this sweet voice, but she is just so photogenic. She melts men's hearts, and back in the 80s, she was simply at the top of her game. Physical was the album everyone wanted, and it's a bit of a surprise that this track here, Landslide, didn't do better on the charts. But in some ways, so what if it didn't? It was part of this big album, so it was played, but its chart position was pretty weak back in 82. I mean, this song only made it to number 52 in the United States, so it charted pretty weak. But I tell you what, in my eyes, this song is a ball of energy. I mean, it has those disco vibes, and Olivia Newton-John just has this assured vocal. She takes it to different places, and it has a synthesizer backbeat that really runs through this thing. It just cuts through, guys, and for me, this song is a total winner. So a lot of the tracks off the Physical album did wind up becoming music videos. Landslide was one of them. And this music video is extremely futuristic in tone. In the early part of the video, Olivia is there dressed in black with glasses. But as the video transpires, she ends up in this red leather suit, which is really striking. And then a little bit later on, she's in this really futuristic white spacesuit. You could almost call it a cat suit. She looks simply stunning, and this video has that air of mystery about it. So I kind of like it. And what's interesting is that this video also features Matt Lattanzi. Now, back when this was shot, Olivia was dating Matt. He was a actor/dancer. He'd also appeared briefly in Xanadu as a background dancer. Here he is really featured in this music video. Olivia would later go on to marry Matt in 1984. So here in this video we have Olivia's beauty, her great sound on display, and also we have Matt, who's a great dancer, and he was a bit of a beefcake at the time. He was young, he was much younger than Olivia, and he spends part of the time shirtless, and Olivia is like this powerful figure. But the two of them really work well together, and it's just a fun music video to reflect on when you know that they were later a couple and they were married. So this was where all of that was marinating, and Landslide for me has always been one of those songs that is fun to put on. You work your way through the Physical tracks, and that one comes on and you go, wow, this is just a cool little song. I mean, Olivia nails it. So I think Landslide is largely forgotten, but it did deserve, I believe, a bit better. So ultimately, this track has a cool vibe. Olivia is on point, and that synth-driven backbeat just moves it along almost seamlessly. So Landslide, a song from Olivia's catalogue that has been largely overlooked, but a song that really is worthy of further investigation because the music video works wonders, the song sounds great on your stereo, and Olivia is just simply timeless. Waiting for a Star to Fall is a 1988 romantic pop song by the American band Boy Meets Girl. Now, this was a song that I remember from back in the day, but over the years it has really grown on me. This song has a certain magic to it, and when I say that, it's one of those songs that you play and you are instantly transported back to the 80s. It really has a sound that is elegant but otherworldly. There really is, like I said, a magic to this one. There is just a nostalgic vibe that runs through this thing, and it continues for the full duration of the song. You'll get swept up in it. And when it comes to the vocal dynamics here, there is a duo involved in this thing. Shannon Rubicam and George Merrill. They were actually a couple at the time. They got married. And I tell you what, they work so beautifully on this track. It really has this vibe to it that just, you can get swept up. And George and Shannon were inspired to write this song after witnessing a falling star at a Whitney Houston concert. So they wrote the track, and the funny thing is they actually came forward and offered it to Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston knocked it back. So then they felt, okay, let's find another strong female vocalist. And they went to Belinda Carlisle of the Go-Go's. And at that point, Belinda was becoming this epic solo act. So they presented it to her, and Belinda actually cut the track, but she decided not to include it on her upcoming album. So what happened then is that George and Shannon felt, okay, we need to get this song into the marketplace, so they just cut the track themselves. So Boy Meets Girl kind of emerged out of just a yearning to get this track heard. So the track was released in 1988 and it entered the contemporary US charts and made it to #1. So what a feat there. And then in Canada, it charted at #2. In Australia, it didn't go as well. It made it to #35. So it was in the top 40, but it couldn't crack the top 30 even. And probably in retrospect, that's why I say that this track has grown on me over time. In Australia, when it reached 35, it kind of faded away. So Boy Meets Girl wasn't exactly a big act in Australia. They had this track out, some people heard it, it just vanished. So this is a song that for many people is lost. For others, it has stuck around, it has legs, and it is kind of now becoming a song that is synonymous with the spirit of the 80s. So when it comes to the music video, it's not splashy, it's not out there. It's just a soft music video with a sepia tone colour scheme. It features George and Shannon singing at times. They're on the beach, they're in a house, they're looking at Polaroids, they're reflecting on things, and it just has a warm feel to it. And the essence of this track is that it's a love song. So the music video has this old school home movie vibe to it, and we really get the feeling that they're a couple, and they were a couple, they were married. Sadly, they divorced in 2000, long after this song, but this is part of their legacy. This was when they really had the feels, and this song will just really make you feel great about the 80s, and that's all you need in a pop song. A song that makes you feel good about the era it was produced in. So Waiting for a Star to Fall is a song that will make you feel warm, fuzzy. There's a magic to it. There's a nostalgia to it. It just has a beautiful feel. So put it on, experience it all over again, and this lost track will soon become one of your favourites. So that was a lot of fun. You just can't go wrong with Olivia Newton-John. And I tell you what, Boy Meets Girl, what a wonderful track that was in '88. So tell me in the comments below what you think of these two oddities. I mean, Landslide by Olivia is not her best remembered, but it has a real driving beat to it and it'll put a smile on your face. And the other track, Waiting for a Star to Fall, like I said, there is just something special to this song. And I think as time moves on, it will just grow and grow and grow. So two lost songs from the 80s, two songs that I think deserve a bit more, and that was a really fun episode. So I will be back once again with more lost songs from the 1980s. But in the meantime, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps. And hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Until then, this is Retro Man, living the dream, retro style. Stay gold.
Thanks for watching. Retro Man will return faster than a boomerang. But in the meantime, please check out these other episodes.